Y'all boys can't do this. Little brain exercise to kick the video off. And then, you switch it. This is prime eat a bowl of cereal finna go to school mode right here. This is prime. Gotta make sure I schedule the recording on my cable, cause I know I'm finna have flute practice after school. Lame, man, they playing the flute and shit. Like, you really trying to learn something in life? I can't get down with that, bro. You supposed to throw your life away at a young age. Now, previously, we hit y'all with the top 10 Nickelodeon cartoons. Today, I present you the top 10 Cartoon Network cartoons. Now, this list was harder than I thought. I ain't gonna lie to you. Once I got to looking at the whole catalog of cartoons, I said, yeah, we're finna piss some niggas off. So, we're finna piss some of you guys off, all right? I know a lot of these is gonna be your favorite cartoons, but remember, ladies and gentlemen, depending on when you grew up, depending on what age group you was in, it's gonna depend on what cartoon was hidden to you the most at that time. Off rip, when you think of Cartoon Network, it's a few cartoons you think of at the top off the dome, but it's a few that you forgetting, and the ones that are forgotten are gonna be in the honorable mentions list. For some of y'all, this might have been channel 28, 32, 38. You know, sometime I do miss cable. This was prime cable time, man. You didn't get to choose what you was watching. When you get home from school today, was it gonna be My Gym Partner's a Monkey on? Was it gonna be the Looney Tunes on your TV? Or was it gonna be Amazing World of Gumball? That's the thing with cable. You never know. Now y'all just get to choose what you watch 24/7 and shit. We got too many options. Shout out to them AT&T U-verse days. Key advice to take away from this video: you ugly to somebody out there. That's nice. A lot of y'all out there grew up on that guppy shit. This is not a guppy list. Out there watching cartoons like Apple and Onion, pure gup. Let's go ahead and get that mid out the way. First honorable mention, we got Apple and Onion. But after that, we got Looney Tunes. One of the most well-known cartoons ever, man. The Looney Tunes show. I got pretty much the ass end of Looney Tunes, you know what I'm saying? Space Jam, the Coyote always chasing the Road Runner and shit. They got a hell of a universe over there. Bugs Bunny, what's up, Doc? Who don't love him? Now, the thing about reminiscing on the childhood is you knowing that you're never gonna get them days back. And one of the most notable shows from my personal childhood that didn't make the top 10 list, but it was on the brink of making that shit. Total Drama Island, which I know about it. Reality TV in a cartoon form, this was greatness. I really wanted to put this in my top 10, but it was just too complicated. When they came out with Total Drama Island, I was a little bit older at the time, you know what I mean? Teenager, preteen, all that, like 11, 12, 13, around that age. We ain't never gonna get them days back, nigga. Our next one, honorable mention, Foster's Home of Imaginary Friends. That was on the brink of making that top 10 list too. We never getting them days back, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of y'all out there, this list gonna show you how old you getting. You reaching ancient status. Prime Cartoon Network was 95 through 2014, 15. After that, you know what it was, guppy. For this next one, I feel like this was more for the ladies. Me personally, I wasn't growing up on this soft shit. You feel me? This is the shit that would get you cooked at the lunch table in middle school. You watching Powerpuff Girls. Low-key, I was watching that shit. For some of the ladies out there, I wouldn't mind if this was in your top 10, bro. This is one of them cartoons they keep revamping and keep revamping. Many of these, they kept revamping to the point where they messed it up. Speaking of messed up revamps, we just gonna go Ben 10, Omniverse, that new shit. Okay, the new Ben 10. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That animated show, honorable mention, I guess we gonna throw that in there. As well as the Alien Force. Alien Force wasn't that bad. They revamped Ben 10 about 3 times. When he became a teenager, that was cool. We was fine with that. Nobody had an issue. Nobody had a problem. But then y'all reanimated it and made him a guppy ass little Ben 10 and shit. He sounded like a pipsqueak. I can't take him serious. He got the Omni tricks, the Omni bracelet. He can turn into any alien across the galaxy. This the Ben 10 y'all left us with? This guppy shit? Another honorable mention. This one is considered a old nigga show at this point. I Am Weasel. I Am Weasel. I got nothing for you. Speaking of older shit, we got Johnny Bravo. That new stuff, it's not hidden like the old stuff. Straight guppy action. Speaking of guppy, Craig of the Creek. Ass. All right. I ain't gonna say that. Let me take that back. That just ain't for me. I'm saying my newer cartoons with Cartoon Network was Amazing World of Gumball. You feel me? Nice honorable mention right there. Shout out to them. They almost made their top 10 too. Amazing World of Gumball, except for that one scene where bro was getting graped. If you know, you know. We ain't gonna touch on that too much. Next up, we got a well-known cartoon right here, Chowder. Chowder to me was a little bit more on the annoying side. How we can compare this to Nickelodeon, Fanboy and Chum Chum. And Chowder, they would have got along great. They would have went together great because why? All three of them are idiots, okay? They're all idiots. Chowder was doing stupid shit. This one was straight off the heezy. We got Cow and Chicken. I do kinda remember that show. Wasn't for me. Wasn't for me. That's a good honorable mention though. These next two, a couple of y'all out there absolutely love these shows and I know it. You got the regular show. It didn't make my top 10. Why? Because it wasn't for me. Am I being a little biased? I am. The regular show was coming out at the same time another well-known Cartoon Network show was coming out too. One of the best Cartoon Network shows they got. I'm gonna let that simmer on the tongue for later in the video. Now the next honorable mention could have easily made your top 10 too. Steven Universe, man. Steven Universe, I rewatched that a couple years ago. It's pressure, okay? I ain't gonna cap. Some of y'all could have watched it as a kid, but you had no idea what was going on. All right, with amethyst and ruby and all these different pearl and rocks and different earth materials, bro. They was going together. They was clashing together, making new shit. It was low-key some under the influence shit. Whoever was creating that show, they were high. Now the Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, this one right here has to be a very noted honorable mention. A cartoon I never got into. I don't know why I never watched this cartoon. I remember watching a couple episodes here and there, but this is kind of when cable started to fade. You feel me? And everybody was on Netflix and shit. With cable, whatever is on is on. You got no choice but to watch that or go to the next channel and watch something else. Your show might come on at the end of the night, 7:30 p.m. and you better hope your ass is in the house or you got it scheduled to record because you will be missing the season finale of Grey's Anatomy. That was for all my people from the mountains of Caucasia. They love that shit. Trust me, these niggas had too many cartoons, bro. I'm just sitting here going through all these honorable mentions, bro. These are all great, could easily be in the top 10. Getting rid of the superhero section and the honorable mentions though, we got Batman, the Brave, and the Bold. For my Batman fans out there, this one is for you. I didn't forget about you. This was a very goated cartoon. One of the best Batman cartoons. Next, we got the Justice League, all right? And right after the Justice League, we got Young Justice. All goated shows, bro. Any of my superhero fans, if you was growing up on that as a kid, these could have been in your top 10 easy. And then we get into the Guppy superhero shit, and that happens to be Teen Titans Go. Not the regular Teen Titans. We know about that one. You know, if you know about that regular Teen Titans, you know. Fire. OG Funk, Gas. Teen Titans Go, Mid. Guppy. One of the most slept on honorable mentions of this list was Class of 3000. Okay, Andre 3000 had his own little show teaching us how to play the flute and shit, for real. Whatever class it was called in elementary with the recorder, and we was playing hot cross buns. If you know, you know. Hot cross buns, hot cross bun, hot cross buns. Now it gets a little bit more guppier than Teen Titans Go and Craig of the Creek and all that guppy shit. You got Bears. First and foremost, there's no real nigga on earth watching Bears, okay? You got two of the same names spelled differently. That's how dumb the English language is a little bit. Bears. Ass. We already had Care Bears. We can't mess with these new bears. We don't even know them. You had Clarence, okay? You had Uncle Grandpa. Uncle Grandpa right there, I did not watch this. It was on the weirder spectrum. Same with Clarence. They was both a little bit weirder. This was pretty much Cartoon Network's version of El Tigre from Nickelodeon. Mucho Lucho was pure action. Some of y'all exposing yourself right now. This was coming on late at night. You was staying up too late. We got you. You was one of them kids on your DS at 1 a.m. knowing you gotta wake up at 7 a.m. for school tomorrow. Playing Super Mario World. Soon as you hear your parents' footsteps, that DS getting chunked, turned off immediately, TV turned off. You made so much noise, they know you up. You got Thundercats. This is pure old people shit. All right, we get that out the way. Thundercats, that's for the oldies. If you grew up in the 80s, 90s, that's for you. Something I hold dear to my heart to this day. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. You know we got to get that one out the way. Banger. Okay, easily could have been in your top 10. This almost made my top 10. As well as Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack was finna make this top 10, bro. I just couldn't. I couldn't. It took everything in me not to put Samurai Jack in this because I had to really sit back real quick and ask myself, nigga, do you like the show or did you like the game more? A lot of y'all don't even know what I'm talking talking about. Yeah, them Samurai Jack games on the computer growing up. Yeah, some of y'all knew about it, some of y'all didn't. Don't even get me started on the PlayStation 2 Samurai Jack game. You wasn't there, Guppy. It took everything in my body not to put this one on the list, but Star Wars Clone Wars, the OG version, not the one that they revamped and put on Disney XD, the flat shit. It looked like they was drawing it, bro. This animation hard, okay? Short 20-minute episodes of pure action. I'm being as unbiased as possible. This is what I'm trying to show y'all because this took everything in me not to make the list. I love me some Star Wars, kinfolk. And this last one before we hop into this top 10 that I'm gonna put in the honorable mentions list is Generator Rex. Don't think I forgot about him, okay? Generator Rex and the Ben 10 crossover episode, it had potential. It had Jimmy and Timmy Power Hour crossover potential. Top 5 crossover episode all time. I have to do some research, you know what I mean? Maybe top 10 for surely. With that being said, we are finally ready to hop into this top 10. Kicking us off at number 10. All 10 of these that you finna hear, if you never watched these, if you didn't grow up on these, I can't trust you. Ain't nothing like you being up early waiting on your parents to finish getting ready. Now you get some time to sit on that little couch or sit on that little floor and watch you a cartoon. Oh my God. That's what this top 10 is. Kicking us off at number 10. Johnny Test. This is the boy of a life named Johnny Test. I had to do some research on Johnny Test, right? Because as I was looking at the list, Johnny Test wasn't popping up on the Cartoon Network list. Was it made by Cartoon Network? And it was. So you know what I gotta do. I gotta put it in the top 10. This was some of the peak times for me, man. If I'm not mistaken, the dog name was Dookie. Okay, shout out Lil Dookie. They had some great episodes. The thing with Cartoon Network and many of these shows in the top 10 that made them great was the time of the actual episode. You feel me? They was in between 20 to 30 minutes. Some of them might have been 15 minutes, bro. Pure pressure, straight to the point. No prolonged bullshit, filler episode. Everything straight to the point, dog. Johnny Test at my number 10. I don't see no problems with it. If you do, guess what? Drop down below in the comments what your top 10 is then. Fun, nigga. Or your favorite Cartoon Network cartoon of all time. Johnny Test had to make it in at number 10. This was the spot I was struggling with between Total Drama Island, Foster's Home of Imaginary Friends, and Samurai Jack. Yeah, I was struggling with this one, but I gave it to Johnny Test, man. Shout out Lil Dookie. Shout out my girl Sue and the other sister. Can't remember her name, but they not important for real. All you need to know is Johnny Test. Shout out that boy Johnny. He held it down, bro. He made me want to go do bad kid shit with my bad kid friends. You feel me? At number 9, we got Dexter's Laboratory. This was the total opposite of Johnny Test. The little brother was the genius. The older sister, what her name? It's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me. Dee. Dee, don't be stupid, Dee. Shout out Dee. She was stupid as hell though. But yeah, that's they older sister in that one, bro. Dexter's Laboratory being here at number 9, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is pure off the nostalgia, pure off the muscle of watching this cartoon the most. Okay, this was one of my most watched cartoons in my young adolescent days. We had shows like that. Now you niggas is watching Apple and Onion. I'm just saying. Looking back at it with my frontal lobe, it made no sense. Cause his dad and his mom was just regular talking people. Dexter had that little accent. He was on some Jimmy Neutron shit, but he was a little bit more evil, like devious. He wasn't making inventions and cooking up concoctions in his lab to help the world. He wanted to destroy some shit, and I'm with that. At number 8, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. That was the best one during like 2007, 2008, right? Scooby-Doo done had 15 million different cartoons. This was the one that stuck out to me the most because why? It was playing during a time in my childhood and shit. I'm gonna be real. Scooby-Doo been supposed to kick the bucket. That dog's supposed to be dead. Somehow, some way, he's still pushing and he's still getting to the bag, bro. We getting out hustled by a dog, bro. The dog getting more money than us. Life comes at you fast. You know what I mean? Comes at you fast. This was the classic, iconic voice of Shaggy, okay? Not that new HBO Max special Scoob or something. It was called Scoob. Trash. They driving in a hippie van. We never put 2 and 2 together. Shaggy's always hungry. His best friend is a dog and he's always laid back. You never seen Shaggy get mad for real. And he got high levels of don't give a fuck. He's high. Moving in to number 7. One of the most annoying intro songs after you hear this a few times, but it's a banger at the same time. Ed, Ed and Eddie. Yep, you just heard the intro song right now. You got it right. Nothing like stupid, stupider, and smart. Okay, that dynamic trio it's meant for greatness. The thing with Ed, and Eddie that made it so great is you never not once seen an adult that goes into the conspiracy side of, them being in purgatory. If you don't know about the Cartoon Network conspiracies, there's a lot of YouTube videos out there on that. We might make our own if y'all want that. Like, comment, subscribe. But pretty much the Ed, and Eddie conspiracy is you never see adults, right? They literally are not eating anything but jawbreakers and shit. This was a prime show for kids, all right, that wanted no adults and shit. Y'all thought eating candy every day was lit at the age of 7. No, stomach ache, cavities. But they were in a purgatory. That's word on the street. So with this purgatory, it's like a realm in between Earth and in heaven. They just stuck on this little plane, bro, and they kind of just waiting. Shout out to homie Plank. You know what I'm saying? Hold me, Sarah. Y'all know about him, yeah, Guppy. He always needed to be held. Grow up. Shout out to Ralph. All right, he was a real hustler. I respected everything about Ralph's character rewatching Ed, and Eddie. Why? Because he was about that check. One way or another, he was gonna sell you a cow, he was gonna sell you a gumball, he was gonna sell you a rock off the street, a pebble off the street, and you know who he was selling it to. I think Ed with the 1D was the smart one, Ed with the 2Ds was the stupid one, and then you had Eddie, who was like just we should totally go do some bad shit in the neighborhood for no reason. He was that guy. Everything about Ed, and Eddie was how cartoons was supposed to be to me. The quickness of the episodes, the intro and the outro, it hit every aspect of a beautiful cartoon to me, which is why it's in my top 10. At number 6, the most well-known cartoons over there in the Cartoon Network space, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Rewatching Courage the Cowardly Dog as an adult, I see why little kids was having nightmares and shit. I'm not gonna cap, the way they was animating stuff in that show was scary. I don't care what you talking about. Go back and rewatch that if you want to. I have no idea how I was watching that at the ripe age of 5 and 6. Shout out to Courage though, man. That goes to show you, bro, the dog ain't barking at nothing. You always get mad at the dog for barking at something. Ain't nothing there, shut up. The old man always hating and shit, throwing him in the basement by himself at night. Shut up, you damn dog. Then guess what happened to his baby mama? Mario getting swooped off in the middle of the night by some ghosts and goblins and shit. Courage tried to tell you. He tried to tell you. You ain't want to listen. Fire. I think I might put that on here in a minute. Coming in strong, we got Codename Kids Next Door. Now, the thing with Codename Kids Next Door, yeah, the show was goated. It was phenomenal. But what added on to the greatness of the show was the computer games. Did I just unlock some nostalgia for you? If not, let me put it up on the screen to help you remember. The games that they had on Codename Kids Next Door was ahead of its time because it was online. You could play with the other homies and shit. The thing was, it was random lobbies, so you really couldn't. You just had to click ready at the same time and hope everybody Wi-Fi was with you that day. Now from this point on, it ain't nothing but pressure. Bringing us in at the number 4 spot, we got The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Their Cartoon Network game was goated as well. But overall, the show, right? This might have been one of their most well put together shows. You feel me? Rewatching with the frontal lobe, was Billy annoying? Yeah, as hell. He was annoying as hell, Jim. I'm not gonna lie. Every single episode, he was doing some dumb shit. And whoever was voice acting Billy, they knew how to just make their self sound annoying. All right, I'm gonna be real. Come on, Mandy. Come on, Mandy. Shut up. One of the first white Jamaicans I ever saw with my own 2 eyes was Grim. Yeah, I remember them episodes where they showed Grim's little backstory. You feel me? And he was a white man. I said, hold on. He got a Jamaican accent. That threw me all the way off as a kid. I'm talking about I went up to the TV, start touching the TV and shit like, man, is my color messing up on here? Is the color messing up? It's 1080p. Can't really see. The intro song, iconic, bro. I'm hearing it play in my head as we even talking about this. This cartoon still holds up to this day, but it ain't top 3. It ain't top 3. At number 3, we got He's No Ordinary Kid, He's Ben 10. Not the Guppy Ben 10, Omnitrix, Omni-Ho, Flipper, Patty, not that guy, all right? We talking about the real Ben 10, the OG Ben 10. The Ben 10 that was selling the toys with the watch. You ain't never had that toy watch and you thought you was really turning into something. After my 3rd time doing this and I ain't turning into nothing, I ain't gonna lie, I start raging. I threw that shit at the wall. I said, everything I know is fake. Everything in life's fucking fake. Trust issues developed at an early age right there as well. Right after I figured out Santa Claus wasn't real. Anyways, I rewatched this in 2025, literally a few months ago. Okay. day. This solid cartoon still holds up to this day. All these cartoons, you can tell like, damn, this shit was 20 years ago. You can tell a little bit. It looked like the screen a little foggy, like somebody went up to it. The keyboard used to let you like 2 players and stuff. You and the homie on the keyboard on that PC that's heating up the whole room. You don't need no heater in the wintertime. Just turn the PC on. That shit gonna catch the house on fire. That's how hot them PCs used to be. But Ben 10, the video game and cartoon, bro, 10 out of 10, dude. Ben 10, it's a 10. Everything, ladies and gentlemen, does not need to be revamped. Ben 10 is one of those. Just leave that alone. All right, y'all flopped the one time. Don't try to come back with more. We don't want it. Now for the top 2, we got Teen Titans, not Go. The OG Teen Titans. I ain't never wanted to live in a building that was the shape of a T before seeing this show. First and foremost, they had real ops pulling up. I remember that episode where they blew up their crib. Like, they was going through some real shit. They had an all-star lineup. Cyborg, Raven, Robin, Beast Boy. Was Beast Boy a little goofy? He was, but he was really about that action for real. Raven and Beast Boy, they was doing their thing. And then you had what her name was, man? What the fuck her name? Y'all know what her name was, man. This show right here, I got so many good memories off of. This was one of the main shows I used to pre-schedule record. I had my little phase where I was watching nothing on Cartoon Network but this. But it ain't number 1. And if you don't know by now, you should know what number 1 is. Something that came out for me personally in my teenage years. I think I just turned like 12 or 13, somewhere around there. So the beginning era of my teenage phase, we got Adventure Time in at number 1, okay? The thing with Adventure Time is, when I was watching it the first time as a kid, you didn't connect all the dots and stuff. It's a real storyline with Adventure Time. Come along with me. It was one of them shows where when the intro came on, it wouldn't wake you up. You dig what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't loud, it wasn't on none of that. It was really peaceful for real. I used to wake up and see the TV on and Adventure Time playing. Come along with me. Like, tomorrow at school gonna be great for real. Like, long as Rachel Mustad on sit next to me in class, on God. The Ice King had his own little backstory. Finn got his own little backstory. Jake got his own little backstory, bro. Then you got the daughter of Dracula, Marcel. Is it Marciel? The actual story part, okay, humans and stuff went extinct after a few years and stuff like that, which is why this is like pre-apocalypse Earth. You feel me? It get deep. It get deeper than just this little regular cartoon, but that is why earlier in the video I said regular show didn't make this top 10. Because between regular show and Adventure Time coming out around the same time, bro, I was an Adventure Time nigga. I was sliding for Finn and Jake. We don't know that Blue Bird and old boy over there. We don't know them birdies and shit. We don't flap. We don't fly, nigga. We want to be the stretchy dog that could do anything. He could turn into a car. He could turn into a hot dog weenie. He could be the largest glizzy in the world if you wanted to. I don't want to say this is the best cartoon of all time, but to me, this is a well-deserving 1 spot for Adventure Time. And I rest my case. So once again, down below in the comments, drop your favorite cartoons from Cartoon Network. Just favorites, some of your personal favorites. If this was just a personal favorite list, for sure Star Wars Clone Wars would have been on there. For sure Samurai Jack. For sure Foster's Home of Imaginary Friends. Okay, that took everything in me not to give it that 10 spot. Drama Island, Total Drama Island. It's no right or wrong answer with this, and this is why I like doing a list and talking about cartoons, because you learn what people grew up on, and believe it or not, a lot of these cartoons got a role that they played in your life to make you into the person you are today. We gonna catch y'all in the next one, man. If you like this list, if you enjoyed this list, spam that like button. We gonna keep coming out with these if y'all are enjoying them. And as always, we gonna be back with more live streams every night. Favorite honorable mention, bro, had to be Camp Lazlo. I'm trolling. Nah, that was a good one though. All right, conspiracies on that too. It's your boy Deezys, signing out of Deezys Station. And remember, lick your lips. If it's cold outside, don't lick your lips too much. They will be chapped. And it's just like that. Yeah.